And I want people to think about this. Are you loyal because it aligns with you, or are you loyal because you're scared if you walk away, what would happen?
Hi, guys. Welcome to Elevators Podcast. We're back.
Hey, guys. Back, of course, but another setup. We told you we're going to do virtuals, and here we are.
We are. I'm so excited for this. I'm like, finally. I feel like it's going to be so easy for us to get like episodes done in real time. I think it also just changes the vibe. Like, it's just more comfortable. It's just like really at our fingertips. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I'm in my
Yes.
sweatpants. You guys can't tell, but
I know.
you know,
Got a cute top on.
Top,
This on the top.
PJs
Comfy on the bottom. Facts.
Exactly how I
Absolutely.
like it. But how have you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, girl. I'm glad I don't look like what I've been through in the last couple of days. So I just came back from Cartagena, Colombia for my best friend's bachelorette.
Cute.
And
How was that?
Spanish. I was using my Spanish in there or whatever. They were making so much fun
How
of
was
me.
it?
It was so much fun. I loved Cartagena, but I will say, I feel like now that I've been there, it may not be a place that I want to go to more than once. Like, I feel like I would love to experience other parts of Colombia, like Medellin, Bogota, like, maybe even Cali.
Okay.
You know why?
Well, what was it like? I've never been. Tell me.
So it was beautiful. One thing I will say though, like their waters are not as clear as ours. Like their waters are nothing compared to like Miami
What?
at that. Yeah. Like, so in order to get like some crystal blue waters, you have to like get on a boat, which we did, and like go to the beach clubs, but like just on this, like, just like at the shoreline.
Yeah.
No, it's not a beach place, but parties, restaurants, definitely a vibe for that. It's like the perfect place, I feel like, for group trips. And girl, it's so funny because my friends and I noticed, like, we realized a lot of men travel there, if you know what I mean.
Yes. You just realized that?
No, I knew that, but like in the airport, I'm like, it's a Thursday. Why all these men in here?
It'll be a Wednesday or a Tuesday, and his group of guys going down there. You ever heard of Passport Bros?
Yes. They were in groups of 2s, 4s, and 6s. It was even numbers. I'm like, what's
so
happening?
Odd. It's just, I listen. On the surface, we could kiki about it, but really, like, the fact that, especially American citizen men are, like, going over there to take advantage of, like, the women and their living conditions and the things that they have to do to survive over there, just,
It's sick.
It ain't never gonna sit right with me at
Ever.
all. But, yeah, Colombia's, like, really big on that. I think DR might be, like, third.
Yep.
Like, second to third of that. Yeah, but group trips of certain places for men,
Not
nope,
happening.
not happening.
Where you say there's like places that like if your man's like he wants to go here with the boys, he'd be like, y'all can't go there.
No. My man don't even go nowhere without me. Like, but if he did, because I'm also very much like, go outside, sir. But if he did, Colombia would be a hell no.
No.
No, absolutely not. I don't even think he would ask me such a thing just because of like why men go there.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you had fun.
I had a lot of fun. That part was just very eye-opening. I was like, I know why y'all over here, but we're not gonna get into that.
Girl,
and I would give them like the blank stare. I would give them like the blank stare, like I hope you feel embarrassed.
Right. That's how I felt when I went into Twin Peaks for the first time down here in Florida.
Oh my gosh. For people who don't know, Twin Peaks is like the graduated
like the Hooters?
Yeah.
The what Hooters?
It's like the graduated Hooters. Like it's like
graduated.
Not really graduated. I'm like, it's like more like the new version of Hooters. It's like the new version.
But I was just about to say, them girls ain't even graduate yet, and that's what blew my mind. I'm like, first of all, the fact that there's so many families here and everybody's acting like this is okay and regular is wild to me. But there's little girls walking around. For context, for those of you who have never heard of Twin Peaks, it's like a Hooters, but the girls it's what Hooters used to be, I guess, back in the days. Like, because now Hooters is a little more conservative. Like, they're up with the times. But the girls are in, like, booty jean shorts. Literally, booty jean shorts.
Booty. Like, not think of boy shorts, panties type booty shorts.
They're in denim panties.
Right. Literally.
Denim panties. Like, plaid cowgirl, sort of like just like plaid tops, like tied boobs out, but all the girls there, it must be like a like, you can't work past a
Under
certain age.
21. Yeah,
They're
under 21.
like, it's just and it's so crazy to me that you would allow somebody to serve liquor over 18 but not drink liquor. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me, you know? Like, you they should not just be around liquor at that point. But, yeah, I was very surprised when I walked into Twin Peaks, and I was like, "Wait, what is going on here?" It
It
was
was
very weird.
horrible. It's
Weird
horrible. I've
vibes.
honestly only went
Weird
once,
vibes.
and I had
The
no
food was
desire to go
good,
back.
but I was like, "This is bad." Like, this somebody should say something about this really bad.
Yeah, I had no desire to go back in there. I was like, "This is a one and a done. I'm good.
One and a done for sure.
I'm
And it's
good."
so funny because when we first moved down here, my boyfriend had went like a couple nights in a row, like a couple weeks in a row for guys' night. And then when I went, I was like, "This is why I was here." And he was like, "What do you mean?" Like he was really like, or at least he played it. I don't know if he could
You know,
act
they're gonna be like,
because
"We're here for the sports."
yeah, yeah, for the sports. But I was just like, either you're really good at acting or you were that like oblivious. But yeah. Anyway,
It's a
so
lot.
that's Twin Peaks. For those of you who do not know what it is,
If you don't have one in your area, you're not that's
right.
what it is.
Do
Yeah,
not
it's
recommend.
it's crazy, but
Yeah.
girl,
So you went
glad
to
to be back.
Colombia. What else did you
Yes.
do?
What else? What else have I done? Still trying to get settled in, but I'm happy to welcome you guys in my house. Hopefully, you're gonna see it change as we progressed into the
Right.
season, which I'm happy and excited to share the new developments and updates. Like probably the next show we're gonna be on. I won't be sitting here, so you guys might see a new setup. But all in all, girl, just getting my life together every day and just happy to be back into our season. This is episode 3, and we know you all have been loving the show so far. And we wanted to do some new things with our season. So we want to talk about these reviews and like just messages and
Yes.
all these
Let's give them
different
a
things
flow,
that we've
y'all.
been getting from you guys.
We're doing a bunch of new things. We're doing new setups. We're doing new segments,
That's
rollouts.
right.
Like we're doing it all for y'all, and we're really excited. So, quick rundown of what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through some like reviews and comments, maybe give a little elevation message. We may or may not. Yeah, we'll see. We'll play it by ear. But then we are going to tap into our speak pipe. We want to hear you guys, so definitely leave us an anonymous message. And then we'll get into our unfiltered segment where Amanda and I are going to be tapping into entertainment news. As you guys know, so many platforms that we have really depended on over the years in terms of entertainment news are no longer with us. So we're going to fill that gap. And then, yeah, we'll take it from there and see where our minds go. And I'm just excited to sort of like jump into this and like do this like whole new thing. I think this is gonna be
Same.
such an exciting season.
Same. You were saying that, and I was literally thinking, like, oh my gosh, you remember the websites we used to be on? The YBF, Media Takeout. Like,
Yeah,
remember all
girl.
those different oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Times
Entertainment's
have
king.
changed.
Right.
Times have changed. But
But let's
with
jump
that
into
being
some
said,
reviews, girl.
let's do it. So I have one right here pulled up. So I really love this one. Shout out to Serena Brad _ She left us a review on Apple Podcasts, and you guys can feel free to do the same. She said, I love this podcast. This is my favorite podcast ever. Krystal and Amanda are funny, relatable, and ambitious. They bring guests and provide content that is valuable to women who are elevating their lives and want more for themselves in all areas. And girl, I could not agree more. Thank you
I
for
love
tuning
that.
in and watching our show. This means a lot. I love like this stuff like is really what keeps us going, y'all. So please keep them coming. I love that. What about you?
Right,
What you
keep us
got?
motivated.
Keep us
Okay, so I
motivated.
have a message from Kini Nashay. She said, "Oh my god, I love this episode so much. I needed to hear this. I'm a silent watcher, but I had to comment. I love watching and listening to you ladies."
I
Hey
love that.
girl, please do not be silent. Y'all talk
Silent
to
but
us.
loud, because we heard you with we heard that. Silent but
Right.
loud. We love
Talk
that.
to us, y'all. Leave us some speak pipe messages. Oh my god, we should go through that. I have it
Yes.
pulled up. Should
You
I play
do?
it?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh
I
my goodness.
do.
Let's do it.
So I'm gonna try to play it from my microphone, and if not, we'll just embed it on the back end. So here's a message we received on SpeakPipe recently. Make sure my volume's up.
Hey girlies, it is Tina Marie Davis. Love your podcast. I just wanted to say hey and that you guys are doing amazing job. Keep up the good work and keep inspiring.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that,
that's so
Tina.
sweet.
That was So sweet, Tina. Thank you so much. Hey, girl. See, I feel like she's a part of the show. Like, we need
Right.
those messages. And honestly, you guys can leave us a message, or if you want any advice or things or topics that we haven't touched on, things that you guys want us to speak about, anything that you may be going through, like, hey, I'm going through this with my man. Hey, I'm having this issue with my friends. Hey, this is happening in my career. We're your girls. Like, we want you to feel like
Mhm.
we're literally your best friends that you can tell anything to. This is a safe space. More than anything, this is a
Right.
safe place.
It was so funny. Amanda and I were going through our messages yesterday, and we were like, "Don't listen to it. Let's play it live so we can get organic reactions." So, yes,
Yes.
as when we hear it, y'all hear it, and we all gonna hear it for the first time.
Yeah, so let's get into the elevation message. You know what? I think we should talk about it because I feel like life be lifing, if you know what I mean, at all times. You can walk out that door today and it's like, oh, I'm ready to start the day. And then boom, something happens as you're on your way to wherever you gotta go. So I think elevation messages are needed. So I feel like we should get into the elevation message for the show.
Do it. Go ahead, kick it off.
Let's do it. All right. So elevation message is the life you want is waiting on the risk you are scared to take. Period.
Period. Absolutely.
I agree.
Anything worth having is out of your comfort zone. Anything worth having is not easy. Will not be easy to come by. Period.
And I think
I
that a
agree.
lot of the times fear disguises itself as logic. And we tend to sit there and be like, you know what? The things that we're fearing, oh, it's true. And it becomes true where it's like, no, like it's tricking you to believe that that's what it's supposed to be. And the moment that you decide to take a stand, it's gonna be scary. Let's be real. Anytime you do something that's not a normalcy for you, or anytime you do something that is taking you to the next level, is something you've never experienced, it's automatically going to be something you're scared of. But right over the fear, right over that hump, is just new heights and just new opportunities and new just experiences and things that are going to just open your horizon and open your eyes to like things like, whoa, like that's all it took was me taking that step. Like that's all I needed to do in order to reach this. Yes, sometimes that's just it.
Right.
So I love that we're talking about that because it's needed. It's for sure needed.
Yeah. No, and that's a little midweek pickup for anybody who needs it. If you're feeling scared about something, just put one foot in front of the other. I think lately too, I've also been finding myself like very overwhelmed and having to remind myself one thing at a time. So if that's you, just have that nice conversation with yourself. Be kind to yourself about it. But I love that you bring up logic because that leads me to our unfiltered segment. I'm really excited to talk about this topic. And I'm also just excited to be able to talk about things in real time with you now. Like, I feel like
Same.
that was the one thing that we were like kind of like missing. But so for our unfiltered segment, we're going to be talking about entertainment news, like I said. And the story I wanted to talk about was this whole ordeal with Gunna, Young Thug, and what's that guy's name? Southside.
Mm-hmm.
Southside, who's
The
a
producer.
producer.
Okay.
So for some background, Southside is a producer. He produces out of Atlanta for a lot of artists. Apparently, he's been friends with Young Doug for a very long time. Everybody
Also,
knows.
Carisha's baby daddy.
Also, Carisha's second baby daddy. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he has been friends with Young Thug for a very long time. We all know the whole ordeal between Gunna and Young Thug. Well, kind of, because honestly, I don't really understand it, but I also ain't never been to jail, so I really don't know, and I don't understand the logistics between like snitching and whatever. Anyways, so I love that you say logic because recently Southside did an interview with um, Noriega on his podcast, and Southside was
Mm-hmm.
basically saying like that he would never do a beat for Gunna again. And to me, it made me just think of a broader discussion to have and so we don't even have to make the discussion about them, but like it really triggered like, is your loyalty costing you your logic?
Mm.
And it's so funny how, especially like as people of color, we take loyalty so serious and we should, right?
Yeah.
But I think everything in life deserves checks and balances, and loyalty is one of them. And I know they're going to eat me up for that. But loyalty needs checks and balances because I have personally witnessed where people are loyal at your own expense,
Mm.
is
Yeah.
really what I'm trying to say. And I think that when you start to tether that line between loyalty and like yourself, maybe I'll be a snitch one day, but things need to be thought about before I just blindly say, yeah, no, I'm sticking like with this person or whatever. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I know there's like street code and things of that nature. And like you said, I've never been to jail. That's not my life. That's not my ministry. I literally love freedom in all aspects. But I do think it's to some extent like you said, like your personal well being should not come after someone else's. Like
Mhm.
what matters to you and your livelihood and your life shouldn't be secondary. Like at the day gotta end. But at the end of the day, you have to focus on yourself and the things that matter to you most. And I think, like you
Mhm.
said, there's a fine line between being loyal to something and then like you're putting yourself on the back burner. Now, as it relates to the Gunna and the Young Thug and Southside situation, that could be just a take that Southside stands for. But by the way, I don't think Gunna is hurt in any way that this bothers him because his album is doing very well. And I think even outside of the legalities and the things that have happened between him and Young Thug, he's still moving forward and progressing in his own right. And I
Sure
think I
is.
had seen a comment where someone was like, I don't like when people talk about opportunities that haven't been presented to them. Like, Gunna may not even want to work with you. So what are we even talking about? You know what I mean? So I think it's very interesting that people bring up situations that
Let's see.
we may
Yeah.
not even the man may not even care and the music is hitting. I'm not
The
gonna
music
lie. The
is
music
musicking.
music is musicking. The music is doing really well. Shout out to Gunna. Stock by Say. If you haven't heard that song, I like that song. But yeah, I love that we're talking about loyalty as it relates to logic because I think that even as women, we've all kind of come up in some shape or form for, the millennial women. We've always heard the term ride or die. When you were in high school dating your boyfriend, it was like, oh, are you going to be my ride or die? Or, even now, like people use that term. And to me, I'm not dying for anybody. Like
Yeah.
I'm not riding for anybody. Like I'm riding for me
Yes.
first. And I
Girl.
think there's this notion that like people own you, you own yourself. Nobody owns me but the Lord. Like, so I'm just like, honey, we're either going to come together and we're going to elevate as one, we're going to do it separately. But I'm not going to let someone else dictate my livelihood based on
Mhm.
how they feel and how I should make them feel, if that makes sense.
Right. And I think, and this is why I was like, oh my God, this is such a broader discussion because this could be related to anything relationships, career, like
Yeah.
friendship. Right. And I'm with you. Like we've always, maybe it was the Ja Rule music that we was listening to growing up. But no, baby, I'm not going to ride or die for nothing, for
Mm-mm.
nobody.
Mm-mm.
Okay. And obviously, like, we are talking in extreme situations, right? Like
Mm-mm.
if your friend is going through something or your partner is going through something, yeah, whatever. Like you can ride with them through that phase or like through that era. But I'm talking like it's so funny. Me and my boyfriend talk about like how people like men end up going to jail. I
Mhm.
tell him, baby, I am not going with you. Okay, so make very smart decisions when you are out in this world by yourself.
Mhm.
Okay, because I'm not going to jail. I ain't
Yeah.
never been there, and I'm not going there by
This ain't no
secondhand
Bonnie
at
and
all.
Clyde.
This isn't Bonnie and Clyde,
This is not
okay?
Bonnie and Clyde.
I'm extra good.
Yeah, and you know what my issue is with the whole ride or die phenomenon or phrase is there's not 100% guarantee. Like a person can tell you, "Oh, if you ride for me, I'm a ride for you." But like even if we take the Gunna and Thug situation, like when, for lack of a better word, things hit the fan, like you don't know what someone's gonna do when they're put in a particular situation. And that's the part of ride or die that I have an issue with is it's not 100%. Like you don't know for a fact that that person is going to be there. Like it's just like, based
Mhm,
on loyalty that they may be there, but they may not. So like why be
mhm,
100% dependent on that? I know I joked around last season about, and I really wasn't joking, but last season when I said that it says a lot about you when you have friends that have known you for 10 years or 5 years plus. And I absolutely stand my ground and I stand with that. I stand on that and I'm 10 toes down on that. But
mhm,
I could speak for myself and say the friends that I've had in my life for 5 plus 10, 7, whatever years, never made me feel like I had to give up something outside of myself in order to maintain that friendship. Like I never had to feel like I had to be loyal and lose myself in order to maintain that friendship. My friends hold me accountable and I hold them accountable. So loyalty means just that to me. Like I'm going to be loyal to you, you're going to be loyal to me, but like if something happens where the loyalty is crossed and we have to part ways, cool, but I also want if we are loyal to one another that we're accountable and we're not just saying, "Oh, because you're my friend for X amount of times," or "Oh, because I'm in a relationship with you for X amount of years," that right there holds weight versus who you are as a person, what your morals are, what you stand for. Like time doesn't dictate that. It's who you are and we evolve with the times, but like if you can't be 100% honest and if you feel like you're losing yourself in the process, that's not good.
No, I love that you say that. Like, loyalty is not about time. You ate that up. You ate that up. It is not about time. It is about your character and like holding people accountable. I think that's
Mhm.
so important. And I also think it's important to be able to identify like if loyalty is important to you, right? Like, you also have to think about, are you able to hold your friend
Mhm.
accountable? Right? Do you have that friend who wants you to just constantly say yes to the things that they're doing, even though you know no is the answer?
Yeah, and I want people to think about this. Are you loyal because it aligns with you or are you loyal because you're scared if you walk away what would happen? Because that's what it boils down to. If it's in alignment, no questions. Like when you're in alignment with something, there's no doubt about it. You know it's exactly where you need to be. You know exactly how you feel. You're not scared. You're not like, oh my gosh, it doesn't feel right, but the time means I'm supposed to stay. That's with work, career, relationship, friendship, anything in life. If it's alignment, with time, it's going to feel right. Or are you only loyal because you're scared if you walk away, what will happen? Again, it pertains to a job, a friend, relationship, anything. Like, are you loyal to a job because you've been there for your tenure? You've been there for 10 plus years. You know your boss, you know the hierarchy, you know the levels that you're going to reach. Or are you like, I'm overqualified, but I've been here for 10 years. I'm going to stay because I'm safe and you're afraid to walk away. Like, I think you can really put loyalty in anything and ask yourself, is it in alignment with me or am I only here because it's all I know. And if I walk away, I may not know nothing. The thing is with me, I'm okay with losing something and figuring out how I will feel after the fact. Like I'm
Yeah, but
not.
you have a freelance background,
Yeah, that's true.
and
I'm like
I
I
think
work out.
that plays such a role in
That
how
is
you and
so
I both
true.
move.
That is so true. I feel like if you've ever experienced being a freelancer, that's taking a juggle. Period. And Crystal and I
That
can
right
both.
there is honestly, I think you there's people that work in 2 different ways. There's,
Yeah.
like, and I think there's, like, probably a happy medium, but generally speaking, it's people who like consistency and safety nets, and then there's people who are okay with jumping out of a helicopter to skydive. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And, like, being a freelancer, you very much learn, like, you're just skydiving the
Fight or
whole time.
flight.
You're just, like, figuring it
Fight
out as
or
you're up there.
flight.
But
Yes.
people are like, no, before I leave this job, I need to have this job lined up. And both are very respectable, but I think that that plays a big difference in our perspective. But I'm with you though. Like, I think that it's super important to even catch yourself when you're being loyal at the expense of yourself.
Mm,
And to your point, if you are at a job, I feel like being at a job now for like 10 years, it used to be attractive. Now it boxes you in. Like, you have to get with the times. You should not be in a place for more than 6 years, I would say.
yeah.
6 years is like, "All right, come on, move on."
6 years is
And
also a
even
lot.
it is a lot, and even in that 6 years, you should be moving position.
Advancing. Yeah.
Every year, you should be moving positions,
Yeah.
advancing, growing, elevating. There's no reason with the resources and how educated we are, there's no reason you are not learning more, faster. Because that was the thing, like, back in the day, it was like, "Oh, you have to learn a little bit more to get acquainted and da da da." Baby,
Yeah.
what you need me to learn? Because I learned in 30 minutes now. You know, and maybe it's just me being a fast learner, but there's no reason for any of us to be staying at a job or any situation for more than 6 years
Yeah, I agree.
due to
And
loyalty. Mm-mm.
yeah, so I just think what it boils down to is you cannot allow time to dictate your well-being. Like loyalty should never come at a cost for yourself. Loyalty should never come at you leaving yourself at the wayside or you dimming your light or you losing your voice. And like I said, it can really pertain to or boil down to anything. Loyalty is in any aspect of our lives. Like it should just never make you feel small. Loyalty should never make you feel small. You should be able to be who you are at your highest, at your maximum. And if you're still within a situation where it's been a lot of time there, that's amazing. If you can say you're loyal to a situation and there's so much time that has been in it, that's amazing. If you can say I've been a loyal content creator for 10 years and I felt amazing doing it, that's amazing. If you say I've been in a loyal relationship with me and my boyfriend for 5+ years and it's been incredible, that's amazing. But if you can't say good things or good thoughts or positive things behind the time, you have to exit. You have to let it go.
And loyalty needs to be 50-50. Loyalty never works in any relationship with a 30-70, a 60-40. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna put it into in layman's terms.
Well, look,
You ever had, like,
I got a question. I got a question. Well, maybe this
okay, go first, and I'm gonna give you an example. Go ahead. What's your question?
I don't know if this pertains to this. As far as no, this might not be the loyalty question. But you know how they say a man should like be into you more or love you a little bit more?
Oh, no, I'm talking loyalty straight up.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
yeah, not even like attraction. Yeah, your man should totally be more obsessed
Okay.
with you.
That might be off.
Done.
Maybe
Just
a
because we
different
love
episode.
deeper.
Look, maybe a
Yeah,
different episode.
next one. Actually, I love that. Let's definitely talk about that. Let us know if you guys want us to talk about who needs to love who more in our next episode.
Leave us a speak pipe.
Right. No, but I think loyalty is different, right? Because again, loyalty could be in any relationship, but I'm gonna give you like a flat out example, right? You ever have
Okay.
that homegirl that you're loyal to? So like you'll tell her something, but then she ends up being more loyal to her man and she'll go tell her man. And you're like, girl, like you're like, that to
Yeah.
me is an easy identifiable way that somebody is like not loyal to you. Or
Yeah.
like even your coworker, if you tell your
Yeah.
coworker something, even another example, if you tell your coworker how much you get paid, right? I know it's like frowned upon. And then your coworker goes back and she's like, or him, her, whoever is like, "Oh, such and such is getting paid, blah, blah, blah." It's like, dang girl, where's the loyalty?
Yeah.
Like I'm here giving you my 50. Where's your 50?
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I said loyalty has to be mutual and you have to be very sure that the person you are being loyal to, also has that character where they could take feedback and
Yeah.
not be weird about it. Like, I think that
See
kind of goes hand in hand, right? Because some people expect loyalty, but then don't want feedback and real opinions on their actions and the way they behave and so on and so forth.
I do think that people should pay attention to the different scenarios though. Like I think there's different types of loyalty. I think there's different types of loyalty between family, friends, relationship, and career. Like how you brought up the situation with the whole like finances, right? Because I think it's like a fine line. I think that you have to be able to be loyal, but also when you're giving information, give information that you will not be afraid if it gets out sometimes.
Really? And
Yes, and this is why I say that,
familiar.
because as women of color and women who are trying to advance career-wise, I think sharing numbers is important. Like, I would hate that if my girlfriend was making I'm just gonna throw out a number, 120 and I was making 100, and I was like, "Dang, we do the same exact thing, then I'm leaving 20 on the table." I'm gonna say
Yeah.
something, but I'm not gonna throw her under the bus. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that you have to be very like, I'ma tell you, we loyal, you keep it between us, but if you do wanna say something, just make sure you keep
This is how you pivot. This is
yeah,
how you
you
handle that
pivot and you also
conversation.
protect me. So I think
Absolutely.
sometimes you have to leave disclaimers. Like you have to give a disclaimer sometimes, and I think it's okay to do that.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like everybody pillow talks to a certain extent. But you gotta know who you pillow talking with and you gotta know who you pillow talking to. And I think that if you give disclaimers and you're fully transparent, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
But I'm also
yeah.
talking loyalty in the sense of like inner circle. I'm not
Yeah.
even talking outside. I think you and I are very similar in the sense of like we really don't trust people. And so when we do talk about like topics that are about character and stuff, we're referencing like more of like a closer circle. Like I
Yeah.
would never go to work and then just randomly tell like my coworker what I make.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I'm talking more in terms of like
Close.
really your close people because the reality is those are the ones that affect your day-to-day energy, your life, your habits, the choices you make, you know? So I
Mhm.
think that's kinda, like, where we're coming from here. It's, like, really about, like, checks and balances of your inner circle and the characters that you have around you.
Yeah, and I
You know
think
what I
that
mean?
sometimes put people to the test. Like, if you wanna know how loyal someone is to you, use, like, little examples to put people to the test and give different scenarios. Like, if you wanna share something with a friend and see how they react to it, like, let's say if I tell Krystal, like, "Hey, I'm not too fond of this situation or this person, but I'm gonna still, maintain my cool out of, graces for you." And if that person is
Mhm.
in the vicinity of somebody else and they like frown up their face and look like, just making that other person feel uncomfortable, it's like, girl, like, come on. Like, we talked about this, and out of loyalty, you acted like you weren't gonna change, but you did change. So, like, I feel like sometimes we gotta put people to the test and test our loyalty. And I'm just giving that example, but there's plenty of other ways that you can test your loyalty to people that mean something to you, because
Mhm.
when a big scenario, a big situation happens, you're gonna wanna know if they can handle it. Some
Oh
some
my god,
friendships have not
yes.
been put to the test.
I had that happen to me. I can give
Really?
you guys yes, one of my best friends, love her, but not me telling my business, but basically, so years ago, like,
Mhm.
my friends are amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I worship my friends, like, they're just
Aw.
good people. Like, the people I keep around me, I make sure they're good people of good character.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, dating people, like, people guys that I've dated, they wanna stick around. You can't stick around. Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, I had a loyalty situation where my friends sort of still wanted to be around this person. I'm like, "We're all done." You know, which could look very different for different friendship
Ooh,
dynamics,
and family.
ex-relationships,
And
and
family.
family, right? But this and to me, I was always a person like, "You wanna have a relationship with that person, go ahead, do you. I don't really care." But you have to know where to draw the line because as we continue to get older, there's things like baby showers, weddings, and XYZ, and it's like, you really now are gonna have to make a choice of having me there or having that person there, and that's what ended up happening. So, my best friend was getting married, and they had, like, one of my exes there, and I was like, "Whatever, I don't care," like, literally don't care, but I'm like, cause her man had kinda, like, created a relationship with him, so I was like, "Not a big deal." I mean, it's annoying, but I ain't sweating that he's coming with his wife or whatever, like, whatever, and it
Right,
was a big wedding, we don't need to be in the same vicinity, right?
right.
But then they had another one of my exes, like, my more recent ex, wanting to be there, and I said, "No, no, no, see, now you're gonna have to make a choice because 'cause I'm giving you one, you're not gonna take the other."
There was
Because
2?
I also it was 2, yes, and it was, like, distant, like,
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
and it was, like, long-term situations, but I'm like, "Okay, if you're a partner," which I have to respect too, and that's the thing for me, like, I also have to respect that, my bestie has a partner, and she lays with him at night, and God forbid she gets sick, he's gonna be the one next to her. You get what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
I also have to check myself, right? And really check the amount of loyalty that I'm expecting from her, realistically.
Right, because 'cause you're saying the guy also is the one that has a relationship with these people too.
Right. He
Got
had
it.
a relationship with both of the guys, not really
Right.
my best friend, and that was the thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was a gridlock decision, and I said, "You can have this one, but you can't have this one because I'm in a new relationship now, like, I don't want this person to be around, and quite frankly, y'all are not really friends like that, period."
Mhm.
Like, y'all kiki here and there, but, like, as you get older, you really start to think, like, "Is this person worth the $300 plate at my wedding?" No, they're not.
That part.
Period. And that's how you really gotta start looking at things. Is this person worth the 350 it's gonna no. So anyways, my bestie, period, she knew what's up.
Mm, I love that.
She let
I
one
love that.
come,
Yeah.
and the other one was disinvited, and I'm like, "Thank you, I appreciate that." And then the other one that came ended up leaving early because their wife was feeling some type of way. I'm like, "This is weird, honey,
This ain't nothing to
bye."
do with me. Sorry, my
But,
presence is making you
and then I was like,
uncomfortable.
and I'm the petty friend. I said, not 500 down the drain,
And I hope you danced and you had drinks and you had a great
I
time,
had a
because
good time
now
celebrating
my
my best
presence getting under your skin, now my presence
whatever it
irritating
was,
you.
child. I don't know if it was my presence or I think it was something like my best friend was doing her rounds, and I think that she felt like my best friend didn't give her enough conversation or something. Baby, just
Listen,
a wedding.
on my wedding
I
day
don't think it was actually me. I think it was something like that, and I was like, "That's super petty,
yeah,
and you should send a very nice gift to cover your plate because that's tacky.
that's messy.
That's
Yeah.
very that's super tacky. You don't get invited to a wedding and then leave after the ceremony for that, then you RSVP for the first half, or you just say, "Hey, don't count me in for that, but I'll be there for this because I wanna see you guys get married."
Yeah, and, like, people have to give brides and grooms grace, like, if they don't get to take a picture with you, their minds are in, like, 50 million places, like, you were invited, meaning you meant something to them to be present. That should be something you're grateful for alone, but I'm with you on that. I feel like something else I wanna say is when you're in a relationship with someone, I get that families, friends, all those ties may cross and lines may get, connected, but I am an avid believer that anybody that you've gotten attached with or developed a relationship with off of the strength of me, once we're done, that's done because that's a benefit with being with me, or that's a benefit with being with you or whomever, is that I come with people that make you also feel good. It's not just me, but it's my friends and my family that you're like, oh my gosh, like I love this energy and I love these people. So when you don't have that connection or you don't have that access to me, I feel like you should not have that access to them because it's like that should also be cut off. I know people, I've had friends whose exes have still come around even after the fact. And I'm like, no, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, that was an extension of me. Like, you would have never experienced that if I wasn't in your life. Like, you need to know what it feels to be cut off completely. Like, you can't just have one foot in, one foot out. I do never understand that.
I think that's a fair point. I've never actually looked at it like that,
No.
ever.
That's a benefit. Like, you being around me career-wise, if I've exposed you to a contact, if I've exposed you to a friend that's helped you, if I've exposed you to, like, a family member that made you feel like you're also their best friend or bro or whatever, like, no, because at some point, I'm gonna come back around, and that's gonna feel uncomfortable for both of us. I've never had an ex I'm not gonna say I've never had an ex that reached out to me, but I've never had an ex that felt like they could come around to a friend group or to a family and they were gonna be accepted the same way they were if I was in the picture. Like, it's not okay.
Period. Okay, good for you, girl. And for the record, all those relationships, I knew that they were gonna do exactly what they did, and I was like, there were no real foundations besides me being there,
Yeah.
so they're gone, and I'm
Bye.
still here. Bye.
What
See ya.
happened to such and such? Gone. Gone.
Bye. Right.
Bye. Thank you.
But yeah, I think loyalty is a very don't get me wrong, it's a very important characteristic to have, but you should not lose yourself in the midst of it.
Agreed.
So I think there's just like a way to be loyal without necessarily losing yourself, but like a healthy way where you can still hold people accountable for their actions. Like, God forbid, your friend kills somebody, drunk driving. Like, you should be able to hold your friend accountable and say, like,
Mhm.
you lost your mind. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was a dramatic and very aggressive example, but
No, but
like, and that's real life stuff. Things like that happen. Granted,
mhm.
you're still going to be friends with this person, but you have to be able to hold people accountable, and loyalty has to be important to them. You know, just
Yeah.
like your employer, it needs to be important to them to have a loyal employee.
Yep.
And if it's not, see ya. Hold on, child. Thank you.
Aw, so sweet. We putting this in the show. We're putting this in the show. We're putting this in the show.
Thank you. Wow.
I've been seeing you post these coffees that you've been so addicted to online.
Oh my God.
Is there
This
coffee
is
in there? Because it just looks like a bunch of milk.
There is, there is. It's the cereal latte from Dunkin'. I've never been a fan of Dunkin' before.
Me neither. So tell me about
Amanda.
it. Is it really good? Duncan, please
So
give us
good.
some ads.
No, literally. This is so good. Ooh, that's what was
Is
wobbling.
it
I'm like,
good?
"Why are you wobbling around?" I'm like,
Oh, Will came bearing
"This
gifts.
is."
See, fellas, take notes. Take notes. Come in the door bearing gifts. Take notes.
Sorry, y'all, my man just surprised me with some iced coffee that I've been craving all morning.
Perfect
So excited.
timing. Perfect
Anyways,
timing.
right, perfect timing. But yeah, I think your employee your employer should also want their employees to be loyal. I think that just loyalty in general needs to be important. Like, that character trait needs to be important to all parties in order for that relationship to be successful. You know what I
Agreed.
mean?
Agreed. If it's in alignment, your loyalty will come with no question. If it has to make you feel uncomfortable, if you feeling like you have to dim your light, if you're not yourself as it relates to the cost of your loyalty, then you need to just kind of let go of that situation. I 1,000% agree. I love this topic. I hope you guys have enjoyed listening to it. Let us know in the comments. And while you're at it, please for sure rate our podcast on wherever you listen to your podcast, whether it's Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Rate it. Let people know, because if this was helpful for you, it's going to be helpful for someone else. And that's how people get to search our podcast. It's based on how you guys rate it and leave us comments and all that. But now the time has come. We have to get into our giveaway winner for our beauty bundle. Let's talk about it.
Yes. I got them written down. So what was required was a subscription to our elevators.com website so that you guys can get the weekly lift from us, and that is coming. And then it was also a review on our Apple podcast page. And our winners are those who did all things that we requested. So I have Jamie K. Wilson.
Yay!
No, I lied. Jamaica Wilson.
Jamaica Wilson.
Jamaica Wilson. Okay, so Jamaica Wilson is our first winner. And our second winner is Tasha M, as in Mary. They both have Gmails. I'm not going to say the rest of their emails, but if you're listening to this, send us a message, whether that's DM, confirm your email address so we can make sure it's really you. And then we will send out your beauty bundles. And thank y'all for participating.
Congratulations to our winners. And of course, definitely subscribe to our website for more goodies and giveaways. We're going to be doing this all season long. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Definitely follow us wherever you get your podcast. And we'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.